Hi friends, this is Krista. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. It's time for another weekend reading vlog. I'm hoping to do one of these each of the weekends in March because I have so many books I'm going to be reading that I feel like I can do like mini wrap-ups each weekend, as well as share my life with you and let you know what I'm reading and what's going on, all the good things. So here's the first weekend in March. I have a kind of busy weekend going on. Today's Friday. I don't have to work today. I am working this evening, but today I have time to get some stuff done, which is awesome. Most importantly, I have made an appointment. Well, I'm trying to make an appointment for a chiropractor because the girl is in pain. I think I have a pinched nerve in my back. I've been having back problems for a while, but now the pain is going down into my leg and it's just time to go to a chiropractor. So I found one on Groupon because, I need a deal because I don't have health insurance. Anyways, I'm hoping to make an appointment for a chiro. I'm babysitting tonight. Tomorrow I have most of the day free, and then in the evening I'm going to this video or short film festival, the Banff Film Festival, and it's all these short films of adventure sports like extreme skiing or bike riding. I don't know, all of these extreme sports, and this will be the third year that I've gone, and I've really enjoyed it every year. The places that they film all over the world, so the shots are taken from, or the films are taken from different countries and things like that, and these are like the finalists for this prize or something. Anyways, it's fantastic, and I really love going, so I'm doing that tomorrow evening. And then on Sunday, I'm on the worship team at church playing keys and singing, and then I'm having lunch with some girlfriends after church, and then book club on Sunday evening. So it's kind of a busy weekend overall. I am hoping to get some reading done, of course, and I'm listening to the audiobook of The Thief by Megan Whalen Turner. I'm at the very beginning of it, so I don't really know anything about it, but it has been recommended to me many times. I found the audio on Hoopla, thrilled to find it on there, so I'll be listening to that when I'm in the car or cleaning or things like that. So that's my audiobook for the weekend. I'm going to start to middle grade because I'm currently not reading one. I finished up the one I was reading. So I plan on starting The Mysterious Benedict Society by Trenton Lee Stewart. This one's a chunky one, so we'll see how long it takes. Maybe I'll finish it this weekend. Maybe not. But this is for the mystery prompt. This has been on my TBR, I think, both other years of middle grade March. So it will be great to actually get to it this year. And then to make progress in my Newbery project, as well as this was recommended to me this year, is Flora and Ulysses by Kate DiCamillo. It's one of Kate DiCamillo's books that I haven't yet read. I have a couple that are on my TBR this March that are going to be rereads, but this one I've never read. So I'm excited to read this one. And it is short and there are a lot of illustrations in it. So I am excited to get to that one for sure. I'll finish it probably even today. And then sorry for the shaking. And then for the BookTube prize, I have Fleischman is in Trouble by Taffy Brodesser-Agner. And I'm nearly done with this one. I'm probably 2/3 of the way done. I can't tell you how I feel about it, but I am making my way through this one. And then I just have one more for the BookTube prize to finish up. So I will be reading this weekend as well. So that's the reading plans. Right now, I'm going to go try to call the chiropractor again. I had to leave a message this morning when I called first thing. I'm going to go try to call again. I'm going to just keep calling until I can get an appointment because it's no fun to be in pain. So I'm going to go take care of that, and then I'm going to read a bit and start some laundry and just get some things done around the house as well. So I'll check in later. Hi, friends. I was not able to get a chiropractor appointment from the place that I bought a Groupon for, but I am headed now to go to The Joint, which is like a big chiropractic center. It's not what I'm looking for in my chiropractic care, but because I'm in pain, I'm sucking it up today. And they had an introductory offer for cheap, like, initial consultation and adjustment. So I don't think one adjustment is going to do the trick, but hopefully it will help alleviate some of the pain that I'm in. I guess we'll see. For a reading update, I did start the Mysterious Benedict Society. It's going to be a really fun one. I'm really liking it. I also started Flora and Ulysses, and I'm not really into it yet, but we'll see how that goes. And I made progress in Fleischman is in Trouble. So I had a good reading morning, did some laundry, cleaned up my house a bit, and watched the reunion special for Love is Blind. All in all, I'd say it's been a good day so far. Hi friends, I'm currently babysitting. Exciting Friday night activity. Actually, it was kind of nice because both boys went to bed before I got here. So it's been a very easy night of babysitting. I am currently working on my to-do list still, getting things done. I just finished watching Hugo Cabret, or just Hugo, which is the book for The Invention of Hugo Cabret, which is one of the middle grade books I've already read this month. I'll be talking to you about it probably tomorrow, maybe Sunday. Before this video ends, you'll hear about the books I've already read this month. But I read that for my book to movie adaptation and a book with illustrations. And it's set in Paris, so it covers a book from another country. And it had a bit of a mystery in it. A little bit. I'm not counting it for my mystery, but it could count for 3 of the other ones. And the movie was wonderful. I can't believe I'd never seen it before. I really enjoyed it. It made me tear up a couple times. The kid who played Hugo was fantastic. It stayed pretty true to the story of the book. There was a few little tiny changes, but nothing that was very drastic. But yeah, it was lovely. It was so lovely. I'm so glad I watched it. So right now I am going to bust out, I'm going to try to finish catching up on comments. That's the to-do list item I'm working on. And then I'm going to bust out Mysterious Benedict Society because I planned on reading that a little bit more tonight. So we'll see. Good morning. Happy Saturday. It's actually afternoon, I think. I took my sweet time getting ready today and getting up and getting moving. I still have no makeup on. I just was going back and forth about if I'm going to do my exercise video or not for the day, and I did it. I have to do a lot of modifications because of my back. I don't know if I've told you, but I'm doing the workout, the 100 days of workouts that I did last year. I'm doing that again. I just did day 6 this morning. I'm very proud of myself. There's, like I said, been a ton of modifications this week because of pain. So any kind of jumping or quick movements just isn't really even possible. Even yesterday's video that was yoga, like a flow kind of exercise, like even to get into downward dog is difficult because of the pain that shoots down my leg. So I'm being very careful, but I don't want to not work out either and skip a day. So I'm motivated to keep going, but I am being very careful. So anyways, today I just took it easy this morning, had a slow start, which is nice. Happy Saturday to me. I did read yesterday about 100 pages in the Mysterious Benedict Society, and I'm loving it. This is so fun. So far, we're following mostly this kid named Rainey, and he's an orphan. Brilliant. He's very smart, and a lot of common sense smarts. He's just very observant, and he pays attention to the words and questions and things. So he and a bunch of other kids went to these tests to go on this kind of adventure thing. He found an ad in the paper, and so he went to these tests. So the first good chunk, 75, 80 pages, were a couple of these kids and these different levels of this test. I just am really enjoying it. A lot of fun characters, very quirky, and we're just now getting into what the mystery is. Like, why are these children being gathered, in a sense? And so there's 4 of them that have now been gathered to make this team to figure out this mystery. So I'm really, really enjoying that one. I did get a little bit further in The Thief. I'm maybe 65 pages into The Thief. I like the main character. He is, I don't know how old he is. Jen is his name. When we first meet him, he's in prison because he is a very self-assured thief. He is pretty cocky about his abilities, and he has this sarcasm that's a lot of fun. So yeah, he's been brought out of prison to go on this mission to steal something, and we don't yet know what it is that he's being tasked to steal. The stakes are very high for him, though. There's like a reward for killing him or something if he doesn't complete this mission for the king. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that plays out. I've read about 50 pages of Flora and Ulysses as well by Kate DiCamillo. This so far is my least favorite Kate DiCamillo. We follow this girl. What's her name even? Flora. We follow this girl, Flora, who sees her next door neighbor get a vacuum, and this vacuum is outside and it vacuums up a squirrel. Flora goes to try to rescue the squirrel, performs CPR on the squirrel, and when the squirrel revives, he has special abilities. So he's smart. He can understand what she's saying. He has incredible strength. He lifted up the vacuum and shook it out so that he could get the food that had been vacuumed up. Just some unique abilities that this squirrel now has. So it's kind of fun. It's kitschy. It's cute. There's a lot of illustrations, a lot of comic style. The girl Flora is into this comic that her dad used to read to her. Her dad is no longer with the family. So there's a little bit of family drama going on. But it's fun, but it's not as heartfelt maybe as some of DiCamillo's other books, but it might get there. We'll see. I'm only 50 pages in. And then I did finish Fleischman is in Trouble yesterday. So I did pick up this morning a little bit of the last BookTube prize book that I have to read this month, which is An Orchestra of Minorities by Chigozie Obioma. So I will be slowly making my way through this one throughout the next week or so as well. I'm hoping to kind of finish it. I'd like to finish it soon so that I can just focus on the middle grades. Today, it's already, like I said, lunchtime, so I do need to eat some lunch, and then I don't have anything until closer to dinner, which is nice, so I'm just going to relax and read. Film, I need to finish getting ready because I have a couple things I need to film. So I'm going to work on that and some reading here and there. And then tonight, I'm so excited to go to this film festival. I will tell you about that later and hopefully show a couple clips to you. It's so much fun. It's one of my highlight, different, unique kind of things that I do every year. Thanks to my friend Kate, who I used to play volleyball with. So I'm really looking forward to that this evening, and yeah, we'll see how the rest of the day goes. But I just wanted to check in since it's already 1 o'clock. Yikes. All right. This is already way too long, this clip. So I'm going to go. I will chat with you soon.
Soon after arriving, we were hit by a serious storm. We began to worry we would be. When the weather finally cleared, we headed out to inspect the line.
And one team that will not go unnoticed is the Iranians.
Zach, are you gonna flex too?
Reza is amazing. He's a physical freak. It's a level of explosive power.
Absolutely incredible. He's the Usain Bolt of freak.
Nothing.
But if you don't have it laid lightning fast, you're gonna come on champion. You're gonna come on champion. Look at the time.
It's Sunday afternoon, and I'm sitting in the Walmart pickup line space waiting for them to bring out my groceries. It is late. Well, not late. It's 3 in the afternoon, which is later than I thought. I put it in to be picked up between 1 and 2. But my lunch with the girls at church went a little longer today. I'll put some pictures because it was really good. We went to this place called Root Specs Provisions, something like that. I had a biscuit, pretty basic, breakfast biscuit with egg and bacon and cheese, and it was delicious. Yum! It was so good. And then we ate it outside today because it's so gorgeous in Richmond today. So we ate it at the restaurant next door. well, that's fast for a parking lot. One of the girls that comes with me lives in that neighborhood, and she knew the guy working at the place next door and asked if we could eat out on the patio because it was just too nice to eat inside. So I had church this morning, then went out to lunch, and then I just went to get my back adjusted at the place that I'm going to. And now I'm picking up my groceries, and then I'm gonna put some food in the crock pot, and this might be mine. I might have to go. And also go out to eat. Okay, gotta go. Okay, it is now Sunday evening. I just got back from my book club, put comfy clothes on, shredded the chicken that I had thrown in the crock pot earlier for lunches and meals this week, and I'm ready to wrap up this video, but I did say that I was going to tell you about all the books that I have read so far in each of these weekend reading vlogs, and today is March 8th. Ugh, and I've already read 7 books. So although I am not officially aiming for 31 books in the month of March, I'm probably going to get close. It just goes fast. Middle grade goes fast. What can I do? I can't help myself. I just have so many that I want to read. So I just today finished the audiobook of The Thief by Megan Wallen Turner. This is a Newbery Honor book, and this had been recommended to me for this year. So this was on my 2020 recommendations cart. So I'm really glad to knock off another one of those. This is a fun story. I feel like fantasy doesn't always do very good for me on audio if I don't start it in the book, and I didn't with this one. So there was a few things I feel like I missed, and maybe because today I listened to it while I laid down on my bed for a little bit and might have dozed off. I did go back and try to catch what I had missed, but I feel like I missed a couple things today. So this one, we follow Jen, who is the thief, and he, at the start of the book, he's in prison, and he's taken out of prison to be sent on this mission for the king of Sunis. And he and this group of people travel to this other kingdom in order for him to steal this item from the gods. And so some of the people on this quest feel like it's kind of a fairy tale, it's this old legend, but they don't believe that it's really real. There's just interpersonal relationships between the people in this group that's traveling, all the men in this group. And at one point, Jen and the Magus, I don't even know how to say it. They weren't liking each other, and all of a sudden they did like each other. And I'm like, wait a minute. When did they start liking each other? Not like having respect for each other. I don't know. I feel like I missed that. However, I do think this is a fantastic book. I really enjoyed all the stories that were in there, kind of the old folklore, and how, things just weren't quite what they seemed all the time. And it was fun seeing how it all came together at the end. I can't really tell you too much about it because it's, number one, it's so short, being middle grade, and number two, I feel like it could potentially have a lot of spoilers if I share too much. I haven't rated this yet. I haven't marked it on Goodreads. As of right now, I think I'm going to give it 4 stars just because I feel like I missed a few things, but that's probably my bad for falling asleep. I did finish Fleischman is in Trouble by Taffy Brodesser-Akner. I had to read this for the BookTube prize. I'm not going to tell you any of my thoughts about this one, but I did finish it. One more to go. I loved Esperanza Rising. This is by Pam Munoz Ryan. This won a Pura Belpré Award. I don't know what that is, but congratulations, Pam Munoz Ryan. In this one, we follow Esperanza, a young girl growing up in Mexico in a very wealthy family. Her father owns this ranch, vineyard thing, and one day he goes out working on the ranch and is murdered. So her, Esperanza, and her mother, their whole world changes, obviously. Financially and emotionally, everything changes. And they end up having to try to escape, kind of, and become immigrants traveling to America. And they end up working on this farm in America. And so this girl who was very spoiled, had a lot of things done for her. She just had life handed to her on a silver platter, basically, and now is having to learn how to work and respect other people and not look down on them, and she just grows up a lot through this experience. So we really get a good picture of what life might have been like for Mexican immigrants, how they had to live in such poor surroundings, and at one point in this book, a group of Mexican immigrants wants to go on strike, and what happens to them. So we just get a really good picture of that, and it's an aspect of life that I am familiar with, but didn't know really what it could have been like. So I really feel like Pam Munoz Ryan does such a good job at helping us to get inside of these situations and really experience them as a reader. So I really loved that. I read this year's Newbery Award, New Kid by Jerry Craft. This won the Newbery in 2020, and this is the first graphic novel to win the Newbery. And I thought that this was very clever and good. We follow this boy, Jordan, who is going to middle school, and his parents send him to kind of an elite academic school that's mainly white. There are a few other African Americans and a few other races represented, but mainly it's a white privileged school. And he's there on scholarship along with a handful of others, and just dealing with bullying and kind of subversive racism, like from some of the teachers, even just not being aware of their ignorance. I loved that this was so clever. I just wanted to show you. Each of the chapters is kind of a movie, but like a take on the movie. So this one is Upper West Side Story. There was a lot of little clever things in here that were fun. Jordan wants to be an artist, so here's cleats, play, gloves for Eat, Play, Love. So each of the chapters are something fun like that. There was a lot of clever things in here. Clever, I keep saying that. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I gave this one 4 stars as well. It's a really quick read if you are interested in picking up this year's Newbery winner. I really enjoyed that. Then I read this Chunkamunka, but this went by really fast. It really only took like 2 days maybe, because a good portion of this is pictures. So the story is told through text as well as just a lot of pictures, moving the story forward. And in this one we follow Hugo Cabret. He lives in this train station. Did this one in Newbery? No, this one at Caldecott, which is illustrations for children's books. Anyways, Hugo Cabret lives in this train station. His father passed away, and he now lives with his uncle. His uncle kind of goes missing, and he's a drunk. And Hugo is kind of hiding out in the walls of the train station, and he fixes all the clocks of the train station. He steals things to eat and drink and live, survive, and he's putting together this automaton that his father found in the museum where he worked at. Then there was a fire at the museum, and that's how the father passed away. But this automaton survived, and Hugo brought it into the train station, and he's working on trying to fix it. He steals some things from this toy maker who has a little shop at the train station, and the toy maker catches him, and he starts working for him to pay off what he had stolen. The toy maker has a foster daughter that becomes friends with Hugo. It's just such a lovely story. I love this so much, but we also it also talks about early film making and how that affected people, and just how like people, it was like magic on the screen and dreams coming to life, all because of the beginnings of movies and films. So I really, really loved this. I did watch the movie of this one, really enjoyed it. So that was a fantastic one. I think I'm going to give this 4 stars as well, but it probably should be 5 because I really did love it. Okay, another audiobook that I finished is Forest Born by Shannon Hale, and these are kind of early YA, late middle grade level. This is the 4th book in the Books of Bayern, which I have been making my way through this year. Actually, I finished now. I finished the series. Yay! In this one we follow Razzo's little sister. So Razzo was the main character in the 3rd book. He is a soldier in Bayern's Own, and in this one we follow his little sister Rinna. And Rinna has this ability to connect with trees, and so she has like kind of a little special gift, which is a characteristic of a girl from each of the books. And Rinna is the youngest in her family. Her mother's kind of pride and joy, but she goes off with Razzo to the city at one point, wants to leave the forest and experience life outside of the forest. And kind of coming into each of these books are kind of like coming into their own, like a bit of a coming of age story, a little bit. There's magic involved and friendship, and I really enjoyed this series a lot. Definitely would recommend them. The first one, Goose Girl, is actually a retelling. I don't think the others are not. The characters from the first one are in each of the other four, and we kind of follow a different person. So very cool. I loved this series. Glad that I finished a series, and yay. And the last book that I finished in March already is The Fellowship of the Ring by J.R.R. Tolkien. I loved it way more than I thought I would. I am still very intimidated by the next two. I feel like they're going to be a lot more dealing with like some of the evil forces that are in this world. In this one, we just get started with Frodo's journey. So it starts out in the Shire for quite a while, and then Frodo kind of inherits Bilbo's ring, and Gandalf sends him on a mission to take care of the ring and kind of get rid of it. So Frodo leaves the Shire with some of his Hobbit friends and meets a lot of people along the way, and then there's this fellowship, this group of people traveling with Frodo to get rid of the ring. So it's a journey story, road trip, anyone. Such a creative and in-depth world, crazy in-depth world. There's one chapter kind of near the middle that we get a bigger picture of what the world is like and the kind of the history of why things are going south, why things are going bad right now. And that chapter was helpful, but it was like info dump. Poured out all the info, and it was kind of like boring. I'm not gonna lie. Just confusing to kind of keep track of what all of these people, who all these people are and what part of the world. And I need a detailed map of Middle Earth, please. And I'm sure it's out there somewhere because, yeah, I'm sure somebody's put all that together. But yeah, I really did enjoy this book a lot more than I thought I would. So that's awesome. That's it. I'm going to wrap it up here so I can start editing this video and get it out tomorrow. But I will be trying to do a weekend reading vlog every weekend this month. Let's hope that that happens. That's the goal as of right now. Next weekend, I'm going to be having a cousins weekend with some of my cousins, so I'm not sure how much reading I'm going to get done. So we'll see how that all turns out. But at least I will do a weekend wrap up of what I have read this week. I am still in the middle of Flora and Ulysses and the Mysterious Benedict Society, which is over there. I need to go get it. It's on my piano. And I'm going to hopefully make a good dent in Orchestra of Minorities this week as well. So that's it. I feel like I didn't vlog very much today, so sorry about that. But I hope that you enjoyed this little weekend hanging out with me as per usual, and I would love to chat with you down in the comments about anything that you saw in this video or anything you want to chat about. How is your middle grade March reading going? Have you read any of the books that I have read? What are you really liking right now? And anything else that you want to talk about? You know I love talking with you down there, so let's chat, and I will talk to you in another video very soon. Bye.